Hello students, this is Professor Voldes. Remember what I said last week that we were going to have a video? Well, here we are. I just wanted you to know that, first of all, happy Thanksgiving. I hope you guys are going to have a wonderful Thanksgiving and that you do all the Black Friday shopping and Cyber Monday shopping as much as you can. But anyway, I wanted to talk to you today about Chapter 12, which focuses on information technology careers, or better known as IT careers. So this week, we're going to talk about IT careers, and those of you who are interested in IT careers, I think, Barry, you are when it comes down to cybersecurity, which is a wonderful career field to get into. But I just wanted to start off and let you guys know that the top leading 10 careers with the highest pay and salary, IT is in the top 2. Yes, it is actually number 2, computer science, okay? So those of you who are saying, oh, I don't want to do computer science or whatever, you may want to consider it, okay? Does it require a lot of math? Absolutely not. Well, I can't say that. It all depends on what career path you choose. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to cover some of the PowerPoint that we have for Chapter 12. And then after you finish listening to me, yes, you will be having a quiz in Blackboard, okay? So sit back, relax, don't get bored, don't text. Yes, I'm talking to all of you who are constantly using your text for you to sit up there and please pay attention. You know who you are. I'm not going to call out any names, but you know who you are. All right, so here goes. Okay, so let's start with that IT jobs are high in demand. As a matter of fact, as you can see from the slide, hopefully you can see my slide, that the occupation in terms of salary range anywhere from software developer to system analysts and so forth. And look at the various medium pay. If you plan on being a software developer, your salary on average can be close up to $93,000, all right? And even the lowest salary, which would be a support specialist, basically someone who answers the phone and try to do troubleshooting, and that salary is in the high 40,000. So as a matter of fact, it's almost close to 50,000. But so that's not bad for a 4-year college degree. All right, they say by the year 2020 that IT jobs are going to be in so much demand that we're not going to have enough employees. In other words, there's not going to be enough people to fulfill these jobs. So what does that mean to American workers? So that means if we can't find people to fulfill these jobs here in the United States, guess where we're going to find them? Yes, abroad, all right? So in other words, we may have to consider outsourcing or offshoring. So what do I mean by offshoring or outsourcing? Well, first of all, outsourcing means that businesses such as, let's take, for example, AT&T, telecommunications company, all right? They're going to hire a third-party firm to provide services, okay? So that means if they have specific services that are in need, they will hire another company within the United States. That's the difference between outsourcing and offshoring. Offshoring is where AT&T will outsource a firm outside of the United States. So for example, if they have a product or services to provide, can't be handled in the United States, then more likely they'll probably go to the Asia Pacific rim to outsource that business, okay? Although outsourcing offshoring can produce cost savings, because of the lower pay range, now companies in other countries are starting to look at it and demanding more. So American companies are really looking at it to see if it's feasible to provide either offshoring or outsourcing responsibilities. All right, the next topic I want to talk about is women in IT jobs. As we all know, there are very far and few of females in IT positions. As a matter of fact, women make up about 25% of IT jobs. And I've told you stories of when I was at NJIT, how I was the only female, which was a culture shock, but eventually I got over it. Well, if you look at it nowadays, those of you who are taking computer science classes, you can see you may only have 1 or 2 females in those courses, okay? The majority of them are males. Why is that? Because I think computer science courses or careers have a stereotype that it's a job for nerds and so forth, people that don't have a life, sits behind an office and program all day. But that's not the case, okay? It is a diversified field to get into. So you may want to consider looking into IT if you plan on diversifying your workforce, okay? That's one of the things that my biggest pet peeve as far as women and underrepresented minority groups in computer science, okay? And that's why I'm doing my research for my doctorate in that program. Another thing you want to consider is the type of choice of working location. Good thing about IT fields, you can, if you like to be in an office, which some people do, you have office space. You also have field base where you're out there actually working in the field, especially if you're working in like wireless and doing some type of engineering or so forth. Then you have project bases. Me, for example, I was a project manager where we had projects throughout various countries, okay? We had one location in Naperville, Illinois, which I actually, that's where my home base was, in Naperville, Illinois. That meant that I had to telecommute. So my job consisted of me working from home. However, we had other individuals in Nuremberg, Germany, and also in Swindon, United Kingdom. So every quarter, we would take trips and visit locations and have meetings amongst ourselves at the various sites. All right. It is going to be a high challenging job. Okay. Why? Because technology is changing. We all know that. We have mobile applications that are new. I mean, virtual reality, augmented reality. Come on, you guys are doing your research topics on these. So you know, technology changes every 2 to 3 years, okay? And guess what? It's never going away. So we have to learn how to embrace it. So instead of being users of technologies, you may want to consider being in that field, getting paid those extra bucks, and enjoy what you're doing, all right? But you need to keep your skills up to date. Yes, I graduated from college years ago, but guess what? I had to still take courses to make sure my skills were up to date, okay? So I wanted to make sure that my job was not routine or boring, to say the least. All right, you're going to work in teams. And this does not apply just to IT jobs, but it applies to every job you do. No matter what your field of career is, you're going to have to work in teams, all right? You won't work alone. I mean, so people's skills are highly important. So when employers are looking for you as an individual, they want to see whether you're team-oriented, whether you're flexible, motivated, and whether you have great leadership and team building skills. That is important. Also, like I said before, you don't need to be a mathematical genius, okay? Some careers don't involve math. Yes, okay. So if you were a programmer, yeah, you would have to be required to take all these math classes, Calc 1, 2, 3, differential equations, statistics, you name it, you would have to do. So that's the aspects of programming. But if I was a designer of a video game or a designer of some type of software or whatever, wouldn't have to need it, okay? I would utilize my artistic abilities, okay? So that's why a lot of places now you have where you have the art departments and you have the computer science departments kind of merging into one. Because if we were looking to design and develop a new game, I have the developer who has the mathematical skills and the programming skills, and then I have the designer who has the artistic abilities to develop and create new characters and so forth. All right, so it also involves creativity, marketing, and artistic abilities. Are IT skills transferable? Well, absolutely. Think about it. Every single company that you work for or you will be working for has an IT division. Why? Because everybody utilizes computers. if you didn't have an IT division, who would be managing those computers? Who would be managing the network or servers? Okay, so ask yourself that question. Can I work for a pharmaceutical company in the IT division? Absolutely. Okay, if that's the field you want to go to, but you didn't want to work into a computer at a computer company, such as Google or Windows, for example, or even Apple, you may want to consider working in an IT division in a pharmaceutical corporation, in marketing, whatever you want to do. Okay, that's the needs of the business. All right, now, of course, it's stressful. Sometimes you want to like pull your hair out, but guess what? You know what? That's the nature of the business. Does it require flexible hours? Absolutely. Okay. Don't expect to sit up there and work from 9 to 5. You're going to have to work round the clock. Sometimes, all right? Sometimes you're going to be pushing 60 to 70 hours. But guess what? You'll have the flexibility. You'll do a lot of traveling. So it's well worth it. All right. Something you want to consider when you are, if you plan on getting into IT. What about the types of jobs they have? Well, you can become a web developer, all right, where you're going to be the webmaster. You can program in the web, you know, you can lay out the foundation of what a web page looks like and so forth, websites, all right? That's one thing. What about working in development and integration, system development? You can be a programmer, a system analyst, a project manager, someone who manages projects from start to finish, even a technical writer. Think about it. A technical writer needs the skills and capabilities to understand the software and what the product actually does. So that's why they have to have those technical skills as well. And of course, database developers, those are those people who will use Oracle or even Access Database, okay, for you when you're purchasing those products for Black Friday. Guess what? You put in your information, credit card and billing and shipping, it goes into a database. You need database administrators and developers to do that. All right, what about information systems? Network administrators, as I mentioned before, okay, you need to do that. Most people get certified into Cisco routings, all right? And what about telecommunications technicians and also help desk analysts? So those help desk analysts, excuse me, those people who troubleshoot calls whenever you have a problem, there you go. But what you want to do to prepare for the job, there are a couple of things. You want to make sure you become educated, okay? A 4-year college degree in computer science will do that for you, all right? You also want to make sure you gain experience. And that's not just for IT positions, but for any career you're looking for. So how do you gain experience? Through networking. 70 to 80% of jobs is through networking, okay? So you may want to network with your parents, friends who are in those careers, or people that you know, your own friends or so forth, your aunts and uncles, name it, even your own parents. What can you do? Well, you can get an intern position or you can shadow. How about shadowing over the summer? Shadowing someone for 2 weeks to see how the job is or whatever. You gain experience from there. Most internship positions may not be paid, but guess what? Don't look at it in the short term, look at long term. Short term, okay, I don't get paid, but long term benefits, oh, when I get paid, I will be getting paid. Ching, ching, all right? So make sure you do your research on that information. Okay, so what do you want to do? You want to make sure that you are marketable. How do you be marketable? Well, guess what? A corporation looks for several things. They're going to look for experience, job experience, okay? They're going to look for your GPA. They're going to look for a well-rounded individual. Are you part of an organization? Whether it can be student government or even cheerleading or soccer team. How do you handle team building skills? Are you a leader? Do you lead those groups? If not, why don't you? Okay, so they're looking at all this. You need to be a well-rounded individual in order to be able to get the career that you want to get. So in the future, and I just want to finalize, and I know you will be doing a quiz afterwards in Blackboard, which I will be setting up for you, but I just want you to know that You can do whatever you want to do. And if you learn anything from this course in IST 101, learn life skills, okay? You can take what you've learned, your technology, and what I'm teaching you and apply it and make sure you become successful, all right? So with that being said, I think I've talked too much. So I'm gonna let you go ahead and enjoy your Thanksgiving weekend. On Thanksgiving, don't eat too much. If you do, exercise and think about good health, all right? And like I said, don't forget, go out and go shopping, but don't spend so much money. You take care, and I'll see you next Tuesday. Bye-bye.